Hi, this is Mingyong Zhang, a student at Yonsei University, Graduate School of English and English Literature. Today, I would like to share with you the meaning of rhetoric and its importance in education. First, have you ever heard of rhetoric? Rhetoric is a 수사학 or rhetoric in Korean. In Korean dictionary, rhetoric is defined as this. 사상이나 감정 따위를 효과적 미적으로 표현할 수 있도록 문장과 언어의 사용법을 연구하는 학문. 언어의 사용법을 연구하는 학문, 의미 전달의 효과적인 문장과 어휘를 사용해서 설득의 효과를 높이기 위한 표현 방법을 연구한다. 글을 짓는 법. Well, let's move on to English dictionary. Well, let's look at the meaning of rhetoric in English dictionary. It says rhetoric is the art or skill of speaking or writing formally and effectively, especially as a way to persuade or influence people. Rhetoric is the skill or art of using language effectively. What about Oxford? It says the art of effective or persuasive speaking or writing, especially the exploitation of figures of speech and other compositional techniques. Well, did you find a common expression here? Yes, rhetoric means the skill or art of speaking and writing. Now, let's look at the meaning of rhetoric as defined by the ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle. Aristotle said in his book, rhetoric may be defined as the blank of observing in any given case the available means of persuasion. Can you fill the blank with right word? The blank is faculty. Do you know the meaning of the faculty? Yes, it means the inherent mental or physical power. Let's take a closer look at his definition of rhetoric. He said, this is not a function of any other art. Every other art can instruct or persuade about its own particular subject matter. For instance, medicine about what is healthy and unhealthy, geometry about the properties of magnitudes, arithmetic about numbers, and the same is true of the other arts and sciences. But rhetoric will look upon as a power of observing the means of persuasion on almost any subject presented to us. And that is why we say that in its technical character, it is not concerned with any special or definite class of subjects. Now we need to look at who Aristotle is. The Greek philosopher Aristotle, 384 to 322 BCE, made significant contributions to nearly every aspect of human knowledge, from logic to biology to ethics and aesthetics. For some 20 years, Aristotle was Plato's student and colleague at the Academy in Athens. He was also the teacher of Alexander the Great. Aristotle also taught that a speaker's ability to persuade an audience is based on how well the speaker appeals to that audience in three different areas: logos, ethos, and pathos. Ethos is a Greek word meaning character in terms of persuasive language. It is an appeal to authority and credibility. Persuasion is achieved by the speaker's personal character when the speech is so spoken as to make us think incredible. For example, if someone says, as a doctor, I can say that this product will improve your health, then we tend to believe his or her saying. Pathos is a Greek word meaning experience suffering. It is used as an appeal to the emotions of the audience. When the speech stirs their emotions, persuasion may come through the hearers. Emotional bond with listeners is very important. Logos is a Greek word meaning reason. You can prove an argument through logical and sound reasoning. If you can include these three elements in your persuasive writing and speaking, your writing and speaking will be more convincing. So far, we've looked at the definition and three elements of rhetoric. Now let's think about where we can see rhetoric. Rhetoric is not far from our daily lives. Writing a letter to your dad to increase your pocket money can be rhetoric. You need to persuade your dad to get the money. Rhetoric is also hidden in many advertisements, music, and movies. I love McDonald's advertisements because they are funny and eye-catching. Don't stare too long, you will miss the train. McDonald's Instagram. Parents become grandparents and lose all their senses. All of a sudden, they got McDonald's money now. Can you get the rhetoric here? The last example I can say is the political speech. I Have a Dream is a public speech that was delivered by Martin Luther King Jr. during the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom on August 28, 1963. In the speech, King called for civil and economic rights and an end to racism in the United States. 60 years have passed, but it is still ranked #1 in the top 100 speeches selected by American Rhetoric. We cannot analyze the whole speech today, but we can certainly find ethos, pathos, and logos in his speech. Well, I Have a Dream speech is started with this. I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. 5 score years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today, yes, Martin Luther King, addresses President Lincoln, and by doing so, he brought authority in his speech. He also refers to his character by saying, "Our nation, 5 years ago, a great American." This is establishing credibility with his audience. And he talks about how African Americans have been discriminated against in housing, education, and in employment. He said, "Instead of honoring the sacred obligation, America has given the Negro people a bad check, a check which has come back marked insufficient funds." So Martin Luther King cited statistics and historical events to support his argument. So this can be logos. And he states that, "And so, even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It's a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up. I have a dream. 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 I have a dream." He uses the American dream to appeal to all Americans. This is pathos. He also said, "My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character." His use of pathos is incredible here as he strikes emotional values of both black and white people. Martin Luther King's speech has been analyzed for many years in relation to leadership strategy, communication, American history, and English writing. I believe rhetoric should be used in many areas of education to support students' ability to critically reflect and creatively respond to the social changes and challenges posed by the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Well, this was the first video in rhetoric, and I am looking forward to giving a more in-depth talk next year. Thank you.